All right, thank you very much for joining me. This is Gull Payne back again. Just a very quick video response. And today I'm doing a video response. Happy Halloween, by the way. It is October here in England and I'm sweating buckets here, absolutely roasting again. So I'm going to do a quick response today to pjvenom, and pjvenom did a really good video. Well, he's done a lot of good videos. I think my vegan in crime, or I think my fellow vegan, but he's done a few videos on Resident Evil recently. Well, he has a Resident Evil collection and stuff, and he's done his top 5 Resident Evil games. So I was like, that's an interesting one. I think I'll do my top 5 Resident Evil games as well. So I've got them out here. One of them I don't have actually, because I don't know what I did with my copy of it, but I will put them from 5 to 1 in that order. So let's have a look. All right, so coming in number 5 then we'll have it's on this collection here, but it's a Resident Evil 1 remake. Resident Evil 1 remake is fantastic. I love playing it. It's really good. It's obviously it's way better than the original Resident Evil, where the original Resident Evil is all like very blocky and stuff, and Resident Evil Remake is just absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. That's kind of the one I'd probably play the most at the moment, because I'm trying to, well, I'm not trying to speed run it, but I'm trying to kind of get to know the mansion and get to know the kind of the route for Jill, so that I can eventually try and get like, you know, a good time in it, because I like to do that on occasion. And then number 4 then we've got Resident Evil Code Veronica. So here's the PS2 copy that I have. I think I got for like 75p a few years ago. So Code Veronica is fantastic. I love Code Veronica. I quite like playing Code Veronica around holidays and stuff, like, so when I have a lot of time, whereas the other ones you don't need a lot of time to play them, like Resident Evil 0 or Resident Evil 1, you can pretty much complete them like fairly fast. But Code Veronica really kind of, it's a lot longer game, I think, anyway, and it's very difficult as well. The knife is, I didn't know this until recently, but the knife is so strong in Code Veronica. You can basically like kill a lot of things with the knife. So I'll be, on my next playthrough, I'll be using the knife a bit more. And then coming in at number 3 then is Resident Evil 2 Remake. So this could be number 1 easily. It'll probably be number 1 like a few months ago when I was playing it like non-stop, but absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It's probably, I don't know if it's a better remake than Resident Evil 1 Remake, but it's very close. I know Resident Evil 1 Remake now doesn't look as good as the 3D graphics, but the backgrounds in Resident Evil 1 just fantastic, and the kind of the upgrade of it from the first game to Resident Evil 1 Remake is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, in comparison to the remakes they're doing today, like the Last of Us remake, I mean, it doesn't really look that much better, or other remakes as well. I mean, they don't really look that much better, like, so, but like from Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil 1 Remake and Resident Evil 2 to Resident Evil 2 Remake, just phenomenal, like absolutely unbelievable. And then number 2, I'm gonna buck the trend, because I normally put Resident Evil 2, the original, as my number 1, but I'm not going to put it as number 1 today. So Resident Evil 2 then will be coming in number 2. So this game just never gets old. I just never get sick of playing it. I'm a bigger fan of the sort of the static backgrounds, or I don't know what you call them, the pre-rendered backgrounds with the 3D characters over them, as opposed to the kind of Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6. They were okay, but they're not really that good. I don't know, I probably like Resident Evil 5 the best of those ones, with Chris and Sheva. But yeah, I don't really like those ones. I prefer the older fashioned ones. That's why when games like Tormented Souls comes out, I quite like those games, like, so, because they have the kind of the old fashioned kind of gameplay. I'm not really into tank controls. I quite like the control scheme in Resident Evil 0 the best. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, fantastic game. And coming in at numero 1 would be Resident Evil 0. So Resident Evil 0, I mean, a lot of people don't like this, but that's like, it's one of my favorite games ever. I really like it. I don't know what it is. I think it's the train section. It's such a, like, it's so impressive to look at. And then the mansion section is really good as well. It's not that difficult. And I know you can soft lock, you know, you can get to a situation where you don't have any ammo and stuff, but if you're smart, you won't. It's more like a beginner's trap, or the hook shot thing. I know it's annoying and all that, but I love the story. I love the characters in it, and it's just an amazing game, like Resident Evil 0. I could play it right now and, you know, play it from start to finish. That's another one where I'm trying to get my time down, but there is a bit of kind of, you know, randomness to it, which is kind of makes it a bit more difficult than the other games to kind of get the time down, but I'm not trying anyway. So thanks very much pjvenom for coming up with that particular list. It wasn't a difficult list anyway. Lucky I have all the games apart from Resident Evil 2. I need to rebuy that. So that's my list. So I'd love to hear your list as well, and just go check out pjvenom as well. Quality channel, quality Irish guy there. Good dude. So thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.